Is systemic racism a conspiracy theory? Brilliant stuff here from Matthew Frank. You know it's good because the libs panicked at the very mention of it, at the very title, the thesis. They can't handle it. You'd think if systemic racism was so easily proven, if it was so omnipresent, how many times have you heard about that? Turn on CNN. Turn on MSNBC. You'll have some half-wit expert go on TV who says, oh, we all understand that systemic racism exists and systemic racism and systemic... That's just kind of a fancy dressed-up way of saying racism. But then when you're saying, well, if you're going to talk about a system that produces racism, show me the racism in the system, you get nothing. You get nothing. The best they can come up with is disparate impact theory. And when you say, well, what does disparate impact theory tell you? It's, well, look, New York City. I know the prison system here a bit because I work for the NYPD. New York City, 90% of Rikers Island, which is the main prison for New York, is black and Hispanic. Now, are we claiming in this that, or would they claim, I should say, that the Bureau of Prisons or that Rikers Island, the New York Bureau of Prisons or Rikers Island is putting innocent people in prison? Is the system racist? Is that why there is that disparity in Rikers Island? Let's hear them make that claim, and then let's talk about that. Maybe they're right, but let's talk about that. Now, I think that they would not be right, but at least we could. No, but instead it's just you are told to bow your head in solemnity and say, you're right. You're right. There's systemic racism. And well, where? This is where Frank makes his most compelling arguments. And this is why the left was so upset with this. Here he goes. Americans, quote, are talking constantly these days about racism. And if anyone needed reminding of its dominant historical form, specifically anti-black racism, it's still a very real thing, and we all have a stake in its eradication. But is systemic racism a real thing in the United States? To judge from the weakness of the case made for it, I would say no. In fact, the thesis for the existence of systemic racism looks just like a conspiracy theory with one salient difference from other conspiracy theories. Let me explain. My friends, end quote there. This is thermonuclear stuff in politics now. You're not allowed to ask these questions, right? The libs take this as ground they've already won. They say systemic racism, and the right runs and cowers in fear. And you say, why? Can't we talk? Show me this. If you want me to make this better, if I'm supposed to be an ally, which is a term that is much abused, but if you want me to be an ally with you, then point to where this is and don't expect me to accept false premises or lies or misrepresentations in the specifics. Ooh, it gets better. Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.